Well, I was trying to clean out my tobacco drawer, my active tobacco drawer, and I pulled out a blend that I received during Ghost Cobb's birthday box pass, and I hated it. It was one of my least favorite blends, and I actually gave, I think, most of it to Potter Piper. You're welcome, Potter Piper. And I left a crumble of it so I could actually smoke it and review it and get it on the record, and I've been putting it off and avoiding it. And I've had that in a jar for 2 years. I don't know that if I've actually had it in a jar for 2 years. That seems unlikely, or if the date that was written on the tin, it was a 2-year-old tin, and I've had it in a mason jar for a year or so. I don't know. Whenever the box pass was, because I distinctly remember it actually just came. It was a crumble cake in a warped, they worked with Cornell and Deal, tin that was popped, like partially popped, and someone had taken a pinch of it, smoked it, didn't like it, put it in the box for the box pass. Anyways, what is remarkable is I really despised this blend. Now, I don't like it, but it is a far cry better now, having calmed down or chilled out, than the way it was when I had first smoked it. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's because I don't know. I don't know if I'm changing or if the tobacco changed. I've got it all broken down in here. Like I said, it comes in a crumble cake. It's Burley Latakia, Turkish Latakia, and Virginia. It's pretty Latakia forward, and it really isn't my flavor profile. But I wanted to get it on the record. I wanted to get the jar out of my active drawer, and I planned on smoking this bowl and throwing this away. And I will still probably do that. And I don't usually ever do that, but I'll never buy it again. But I am surprised that this isn't what I remember. I don't like it. I'm not celebrating it, but this is not horrific. I distinctly remember something fermented and excessively sour, and I did not like it at all. So it's calmed down quite a bit. Quite a bit. Also, I think I'm smoking it quite a bit more delicately. One thing I do give it credit for is it does have a nice, it has a nice burn to it that's very smooth, that I like. Like, I would kind of liken that almost to, the Latakia obviously makes it different than a straight Burley, but kind of like what you would expect with Haunted Bookshop, but with that sour edge from the Latakia. Anyways, it's not horrible. I hated it. Now I don't. I just don't like it. Or now I feel like it's just not for me. When I first smoked it, I didn't think it was for anybody.
Don't leave without saying goodbye.
It's really weird. My content completely dropped, and then over the weekend I think I just feel too tired to do anything, and the YTPC content has kind of kept my mind going. And man, time is flying by this weekend. But I did want to report that I finished the Beans 316 favorite blends with the rating 7 or above. It's 114 videos total. Like 4 of those videos are not actual review videos. One of them's just real funny, where he has a split screen and he's talking to himself. It's 2 minutes. One of them, or a couple, 2 or 3 of them, and I didn't add all of them that I ran across, but I added a couple, like favorite blends of 2023, 2022, what have you. And then one of them was like a comparison video concerning the different releases of not Virginia Red Flake, but Sansepolcro, whatever, the Cornell and Deal, Sansepolcro, something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it was one of the heavy hitters he really liked, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I do think I'm actually going to go ahead and do, now that I have 7 and above, that's 100. It's compiled of 114 videos. It'll be so much. I did that in 2 hours. Pretty dedicated over here. I think I'm going to go ahead and make an 8 and above now. Or an 8.5 and above. Something like that. I think an 8.5 and above maybe would be the way to go. I'm not sure. I mean, there's a steady drop off. If I did like a 9 and above, it would be a handful of videos I would be able to find on 2 hands if I did 9 and above. So I think 8.5 and above would probably be the way to go. We'll see. And I'll be sure to always update these playlists and keep them active. I just I feel kind of bad for deleting it. Perhaps I shouldn't have deleted it, but it just got to a point where I was adding in a 5 out of 10 and above, and for what? Like, you know, I just came to realize that that's not, you know. At first I thought it was kind of like a public service, and then I later discovered that I wasn't even interested per se. Like I said, I'm interested in how he feels about a blend. If I'm not sure he's reviewed it, I like to smoke it before I watch his video so he doesn't have an impression on me. And then I'll see if he actually reviewed something and how he, you know, to compare our differences on it. But I can do that myself. I don't need someone to save that to a playlist. So I think the playlist itself is going to be most utilized in the sense of the blends that he actually really likes. And I think 7's probably as low as you want to go, even though he did have some pretty hard hitters in there around 6.5, but I left him out. Apparently they weren't hard hitting enough for him. Night and day difference. Like, this isn't bad. If I gave this a scale now, if I were to give it a rating the first time I smoked it, and I smoked it twice, I would have given it a 2 out of 10. I think I can honestly say now that I'd probably give this more of like a 4 or a 5. It's dramatically changed. Or I've changed. I find that hard to believe that I've changed that much. So I think it just needed to calm down. Somehow, some way. I don't know. I'll tell you one more thing and I'm going to end the video. Compiling that Beans 316 7 and better playlist. I was going through all those and I was like, God, there were so many times I told myself I would return back to find the 7s, 7.5s, 8.5s and up to start scouring the market to see if I could find some of those. And it's for that very reason, and I never returned. There were a couple of times while I was watching it, I would actually like look for things. But that's why I wanted to get away from the original playlist I had, because it doesn't really minimize anything down to any real convenience for someone that feels fairly aligned with his opinions on things. It just, kinda narrows things down. And partially, when he gives some blends a 5, I think he's doing it out of consideration for people that might like it, not necessarily at all that he really likes it. And you'd have to be a pipe smoker to understand that some middle of the road blends are just hard to peg. You're not in love with it, but you don't want to say you hate it because you're not sure about it, whatever the case may be. And it's not really something that I'd want to keep track of, if you know what I mean. Like, not even... I wouldn't want to return to a blend that I thought was middle of the road, never mind somebody else. I guess that's my point. Anyways. Not in love with it, but like, it's kind of enjoyable. It's not... I like the burn. It's kind of got some cool nuances going on. It's blowing me away, though, that it's so different now. It doesn't instill a lot of confidence in myself, having really disliked this. And it's not so bad now. I don't love it, but it's not so bad. Sometimes cigars need to calm down, or they're just too fresh. They can taste soapy. They need to rest. I don't know that it works that way with pipe tobacco. I don't think it's supposed to. But it's that big of a difference. It's like, I remember when I first received some... I was still a pretty new cigar smoker, but I had received my first box of Series V by Oliva. I can't remember what they were, but I hadn't really given it much time to calm down, and I didn't care too much for it. And I'm like, why do people gush over these? And then I let it calm down for... I forgot about it for like 6 months. And I pulled one and I smoked it, and I was just blown away at how much I liked it. And perhaps pipe tobacco can do that. I don't know. Perhaps. Or perhaps I'm just a really unreliable tobacco reviewer, which is why I named this playlist that I do to My Tobacco Journey. Not bad. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. I give it a 4.5 out of 10. You all be well.